my name is Michaela. I'm starting up this YouTube channel because I just want a way to get through college, get through university, and full-time work, and not lose my mind completely. Just not lose it. I want a hobby where I can de-stress and just not be like last term with the multiple mental breakdowns and crying in the library with my friend over a paper. I don't want to do that again. It's not a good time. So with this YouTube channel, I'm going to pretty much, I want it to be like old school YouTube. I'm doing it off my laptop. I have an SLR camera that I could do videos off of, but it sucks. It's like a $500 camera and it sucks. And I want to do it where I don't edit. I don't have time to edit. Let's just do one straight clip going all the way through. It's easy. It works. Boom. So for this first video, I want to do my 2020 resolutions. I know a lot of people hate New Year's resolutions, and a lot of people think it's really stupid. But in a way, you can even choose one thing and just work on it for the rest of the year. Everyone wants to evolve into a better person. And I have a list. It's double-sided right now, just things that I could get off the top of my head that I really want to do. So let's just run right into it and get the ball rolling. Okay. So the first thing that's on my 2020 resolution, this is not in any certain order or anything, just random thoughts that I made up on New Year's Day. The first thing is to get my first tattoo. Little known fact about me, I'm a little biatch when it comes to needles. Saying the person who loves piercings. Yes, I have my daith done on both sides. I got it done for, migraines. I have chronic migraines. I've gone to a big top neurologist and got medication for it. And around like a little over a year being on it, the daith piercing came out, which is like an acupuncture point for migraines. So I was just like, why not get it? So a couple days before my 18th birthday, my parents took me out to Ink Assassins in Erie, PA, and we got my daith done on both sides since my migraines are kind of all over the place. And when I get my migraines, I'm down for the count. All my senses are messed up. I have to be in a completely closed-in dark room. I have blackout curtains. Everything has to be dead silent, and I just sleep for hours. And sometimes even that does not work. So I have these done. I actually also have them gauged up because I didn't really like the jewelry for what it kind of got pierced as, so I just gauged it up, which surprisingly gauging your daith, which is straight cartilage, did not hurt. But this right one hurt the most when it got done because he had a harder time getting the needle through the cartilage. So it's weird getting it done because you can hear it crunch through. And at first it like really worked, but like it's starting to come back a little bit more. What I've seen, if you grab a hold of your daith piercing and like pull it, you can feel it. I've felt it where like I'll pull it and my head's like fine, then I let go of it and it's back instantly, which is like really weird. Then I also have my lip pierced. I barely wear it because I'm allergic to fake earrings, but I wear fake earrings. That's how it works. I used to also have my second piercing done. I got the two lobes were done at Walmart. There you go. Walmart isn't that bad, TBH, but I was young. My parents didn't think of taking like an elementary schooler into a piercing and tattoo shop because they didn't want me around like the culture of it. Even though it's just like, that's kind of how I am. I'm alternative. I have my freaking head shaved and my hair is blue and green. I'm weird. Okay. And had my nose done. Put in different jewelry. Found out it was fake jewelry marketed as real jewelry from Spencer's. That got infected. I had to take it out. But I want to get a new one. So I'm scared of needles. I was the little kid that it took a SWAT team of nurses at the pediatrics to give me vaccines. Well, I'm screaming. Like, full-blown temper tantrum. That was it. But I have some ideas. My boyfriend and I were joking around of getting pizza slut tattooed on my ass, which I'm kind of down for it. But I don't know if I want just like a piece of pizza with like the drippy cheese and then say pizza slut, or like pizza slut and drippy cheese pizza on my ass. But I'd totally do it. Or I thought about getting it's like a bear claw kind of thing up on my thigh, and it's kind of in a Celtic thing, and there's a whole meaning thing behind it that goes with my heritage. But I have a bunch of ideas of what I want as tattoos. But one, I don't have money because I'm a college student that drives an hour to college in Erie, Pennsylvania to Gannon University every day. Like 5 days a week, back and forth, hour there, hour back, because of traffic. And then in the winter, it's going to be like 2 hours there, 2 hours back, because the part that I drive on the expressway, New York State doesn't really plow it. It's like day and night once you hit the PA border. Once you hit PA border, it's usually like clear as day. And then you get up onto I-90 and then it's just completely clear. And it's just like, did it even snow? Who knows? But I have a fear of needles and I'm poor. It happens. The next thing is to not be a little biatch and pierce my cheese nips. I've always wanted my cheese nips pierced. I don't know why. It's probably my inner middle school hoe coming out. But why not? My boyfriend then can't titty twist me. Maybe that's something, I don't know. But I really want it done. I don't know where I'd get it done. There's a place called Wild Side near where I live. But like, I don't know if I want to go there or keep on going over to Ink Assassins, where he's been doing my jewelry and everything over there. But like, I know my boyfriend said he wants to go with me, because if it's over at Ink Assassins, it's all guys that work there. Tattoos and piercers. All guys! And he's just like, I don't want my girlfriend's tiddlywinks like hanging out in front of some random dudes. Over at Wildside, I know a girl does it, from what I've seen. But, who knows? Another thing is to be more active on social media. A big one I want to be more active on is Instagram. I love doing the pictures of, not even aesthetic. I'm thinking of aesthetics, but I don't really have an aesthetic. Truth be told, I'm like goth hippie is what I put myself as. Because I like all things dark, goth, emo. Emo's like, nostalgia. Dobby Vanity was bae, and now it's just like, no. So, that was the big thing then. And I also love the hippie aesthetic at the same time. I like the goth and hippie aesthetic. And I put it together, and my whole apartment is like black with random rainbows all over the place. And that's just my apartment. Like, my bathroom's hilarious because it's white walls, white everything, white appliances, then like black everything else, and a random one of those woven fabric rugs in multicolored. It's like one of those Indian rugs. That's my house, and I have huge Indian rugs all over my apartment. So that's another thing I want to do. And one platform I don't get is Twitter. I've never gotten into Twitter. Twitter just annoys me. I don't get it. I just do Facebook, Instagram. I just downloaded Snapchat for the only reason I even downloaded Snapchat was for the filters. Just to take selfies. That's all I downloaded. freaking Snapchat for? That's it! I play on Pinterest. I like Pinterest. TikTok. Don't get me started. My boyfriend gets annoyed at me because all I do is watch TikToks all day. I had a TikTok account. I still have it up. I just, like, hid all my videos on there because it's just like, no. And then I found, like, a bunch of hot guys that I follow now, and it's just like, you're hot, but you're out of my league. I know you are. But the most important one is saving money. Right now I'm not working. It's a problem. Because college is expensive and over $600 a month. And I have like a little over $2,000 I have to pay for this semester, which is like 5 months. And I have car insurance and gas, because it takes a quarter tank of gas a day for college. But I'm applying to all these jobs. I applied for like 50 and none of them call back. And it makes no damn sense to me. Like, on my resume it shows I can do this. The next is get health insurance. I started up my new job, my now old job, because I put my 2 weeks in. And they had health insurance. And I was on my parents because I still lived with them at the time. And then I started up my new job. And then they had health insurance for the job, but I'm not going to pay like $300 a month for health insurance. It's not fucking happening. Especially for health insurance that barely works where we live because the place is based out of Pittsburgh. So it works really well out in Pittsburgh. And I've always known that their insurance was shit. So I know right now with being a student and not working, I could get Fidelis for free. And I've had it before. I was on state insurance back when I was with my living with my parents a year ago, I'd say. Because we've been at this apartment for almost a year now. And if you can hear that, that's my phone. It's probably my boyfriend calling me. Because he's probably on lunch right now. Or a break. I don't know. But the insurance is pretty good. You just don't... I just wouldn't get eye or dental insurance, which is kind of fine. Alright, next one is find side hustles. Because I'm always a broke bitch and I love money. That's my issue. I love money. So like right now I'm selling a bunch of stuff on Poshmark. Selling a bunch of clothes and shoes I don't wear. And my parents were like, why are you selling all your clothes? Like, how much are you going to have left? It's like, my closet's over there and it's overfilling still. Like, this is all clothes that I wear on the daily. And there's a lot of it. A lot. And, like, I have summer clothes in there, too. Because I have about, it could fit in a ball about this big of just summer clothes. And it's 99% of it is, like, bottoms. Like, capris, shorts, stuff like that. 99% of that. And I just wear the same tops all year round. Because that's how I do it. My next thing is to finish Ganon, which I know it will be a mix between 2020 and 2021. Because I have, after the semester, I'm doing summer courses. And because I want to get out like faster. And certain things are only done on certain terms. Like some are only summer, some are like, no, some are only fall, and some are only like spring. So I decided to do that. I'm taking around 3 courses, I believe, 3 or 4. And one's online. I'm taking, it's fine arts, intro to fine arts online. So it lasts longer than the other 2 courses. The other 2 courses I take for about a month. And you're sitting in class for about like 4 to 5 hours. So that you get everything done. So for like that month. You're putting like 5 months into a month. And it's going to be a bitch. But I've done accelerated before. It's not an issue with me. I already have a degree. I have an associate's degree in business administration with a focus in the medical field. I got the associates for that, and it takes 2 years, but I got it in like a year and 4 months. But I had to wait a full 2 years to actually cross the stage, which was a royal pain. But after the summer one, I have a year left at Gannon. And I have a full fall term, and then I'm totally taking, because of how it's set up, you have to take 1 year language. I'm taking German. And you have to take it for a full year. So when like the spring term comes along, I'll only be taking 1 class. I'll only be showing up to take German. And since it's a long drive, I'll probably just sit in the library for hours. I found the forensic section. I can just read forensic books all day. I can play on the computers. That can be my chill out spot. Like, why not? I can go chill by the water. Like, the college is about maybe 8 blocks away from the water, from Lake Erie. Why not? It's like Erie. It's like Erie, PA, downtown Erie. It's like a lot of stuff to do around there. A lot of little shops and stuff. There's some thrift stores I want to hit up. And then after I'm done with that, you have to do 1 year at a technical college. A lot of people do PIMS, which is Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science. But I also thought about going to Fayetteville, North Carolina, for Fayetteville, like technical college or whatever, because they have the same exact program. But I don't know money-wise if my boyfriend and I would be able to do it, because I know in the long run I want to end up down south. I hate being up north. I hate the snow. I hate New York. I'm going to be controversial and say I hate Andrew Cuomo. Let's do it. If you're gonna friggin' see all of me, let's do it. I don't care. But I want out of New York State in general. Up north, no. North Carolina wouldn't be bad. I don't think I'd do well like deep down south, like Georgia, Alabama area, because that's, I think, a little too hot. And they got more snakes down there, and I don't do snakes. I'd rather do gators than snakes. I like gators. Yeah, I'd rather do that. And another thing on the list is to be happy. I am not happy. Quite often, I have clinical depression. It is a chemical imbalance in your brain that usually you get put on antidepressants for. I did antidepressants. Now I'm fat. Boy, I was like 150 pounds. I was skinny. I fit in a size small. Then I went on antidepressants. And I went all the way up to 250. Fucking antidepressants. I didn't even eat a lot. At the beginning, I didn't even eat a lot, and I just freaking skyrocketed. And then I got on birth control, which did not help the situation. And I have some thyroid issue that we finally discovered, but my doctor didn't want to take care of, so now I have the side effects of not taking care of a thyroid issue. I think it's hypothyroid? Yeah, hypothyroid, because hypo is not like hyper, which is fast, hypo slow. Boom. Medical terminology class. Yes, I got it. I was going to say her name, but I don't remember it. Mrs. Rogowski? Yeah. Shout out to you. I actually remember some of my medical terminology. Because you were a bomb teacher, and we all thought it was hilarious, when in the middle of teaching, you just packed up and left because you were tired of teaching. Because that's college. So, mine's on... I don't do the antidepressants anymore for my clinical depression. And I mostly stopped because it wasn't doing anything. My doctor could only put me on so many different ones that he could do because it was pediatric. Excuse me. Tastes like my bologna sandwich. And he could only do certain, like, milligrammage and stuff, and we tried all the way up to, like, the highest he could give me, and it will work for, like, maybe a week, we'll say. We'll give it a week. Average of a week. And then it just stops. It just stops working. And I don't get why. He didn't get why. So he's like, we'll have to have you go to a psychiatrist, because then the psychiatrist has the ability to prescribe more different things. Well, we tried that out. I got really annoyed because for the psychiatrist in my area, you have to go through it's like a welfare building. So you have all the way down to straight poverty, homeless going there. And how they had it, it was so tiny to put that many people in such a tiny area. And how it works is you go to them, you go to a therapist, and you have to see a therapist for a year. You have to go like once a week, maybe multiples, depending on your case. And you have to go to the therapist for a year. And then they put you up to see if you're eligible to get in contact with that psychiatrist that they have there. Which, around the time I was in middle school, and my parents bounced me from counselor to counselor to counselor. And I just got sick and tired of explaining my whole story multiple times to these people. And I absolutely hated counselors with a living passion. Like, I still don't really like them. Like therapists, I don't really like them. I had one therapist that I really liked that was up at Jones Hill, which is the mental hospital. Which, it's not really the mental hospital anymore because they moved it into UPMC Chautauqua. But I believe they still use some rooms over there for overflow. And I had her up there. I loved her. Her and I actually clicked. I think a big thing is you have to actually click with your therapist. And then suddenly she just disappeared. And it was really depressing. So they tried to stick me with another woman that was pregnant and going to be having kids. And it just didn't click. Because she didn't have kids, so she also didn't know what it's like. And if you hear that, I live near the fire hall. So we hear that all the time. And when I lived at my parents' house, we lived right next to it. Our fire hall sounds like a World War II bomb siren. Yes, it's really loud, and yes, it's really annoying. But you kind of get used to it. Okay, and next one is to thrift more. I honestly love thrifting. I love going down to Goodwill in Warren, PA. That one's always the one I hit up the most. I haven't really hit up a lot of different ones because in my area we have a big bed bug problem. Because of Jamestown, a lot of people have bed bugs. Not all of them, but a lot. And once you get bed bugs, they are a bitch to get rid of. And I just don't want them. I don't have all this money to get Orkin over here about 50 friggin' times to try to get rid of them. I don't need it. My boyfriend and I don't need it. My landlord don't need it. Because my landlord's barely here. But he's here right now because it's rent. It was rent time. So he got rent. He's been back since the 4th. Came back for rent from whatever he was doing. I don't know. He has his own business. He does large animal hunting. I don't know. But I like the recycling purposes of thrifting. You're reusing something someone else already used. So you're not paying the big prices for it. but also, like, it's not going to landfill, and, like, someone else can get use out of that item. Like, maybe it's something that, like they really need, and, like, you go to Goodwill, and it's, like, let me say, like, $3, and it's just like, shit, it's like $20 at friggin' Walmart. Like, man. Okay, my next thing is think minimalistically. I have an issue with wanting to keep a lot of stuff because I can make creative and artistic uses for it later. Later never comes and nor happens. So it's just a bunch of crap that's piled up. And I really don't need all of it. Like, I actually donated a lot of stuff over at the food pantry. I donated a bunch of stuff I don't use at all, but I've always just kept on to, because it's like, well, maybe I'll use it. It's just like 3 years later, I haven't used it, most likely not gonna use it. So I threw out a bunch of stuff, donated a bunch of stuff, I'm selling a bunch of stuff. It works. Next one is hobbies. This is one right now. YouTube. It's hobby. Some other hobbies I enjoy are crocheting. I know how to crochet. I taught myself off of YouTube. I'm like the little granny that drinks tea and sits in her bed, does my little crocheting, and watches Netflix or YouTube or TikToks. And that's what I do. I also enjoy reading. I'm big into art. I love all types of different art, from like writing, photography, painting, drawing, yada yada yada. Like, that's a big thing I love to do. I love to go around Jamestown, New York and take pictures with my camera, my SLR camera, in black and white and do architecture pics. I love architecture, and they have a lot of old factory buildings and rundown buildings that I just love to take pictures of because it looks so neat in black and white. It looks kind of like spooky, and I like it. I'm trying to think of other hobbies I like to do. Like, one thing with reading that I like to do when it's during the summer is go to Celeron Park, the Lucille Ball Park, and read by the water. Like, last summer, all I did was go to the water and read. I read Stephen King's The Outsider. Absolutely fantastic book. I'm thinking of doing, since a book thing is on my list of stuff to do, doing videos on different books I read every month. I'm thinking of doing that. So, like, you can get more books that you might be interested in. Reading is good for you. And I kind of went between the Lucille Ball Park and going to Mayville, New York's park. And I'd sit there, my boyfriend would go fishing, or I'd go there by myself. You know, and I also, sometimes I'd go to the McRae Point Park that's also in Jamestown. Sometimes it's sketchy. Mostly close to night during the summer. It's kind of sketchy there, but none of that really affects me. When you've lived here in Chautauqua County your whole life, none of the crackheads and stuff really affect you. It's just like, meh, it's a thing. I also like going to the beach. Barcelona Beach was like the first real beach that I went to. It's over past Westfield, New York, and my boyfriend likes to go with me for the only point is to go look for sea glass. That's what he loves to do. They have 2 different beaches. They have like a family one, and then another one is more rocky and stuff, and it hurts your feet. I don't like it. No. But I like to go there just like chill in the sand and stuff. And like during the winter, if you go when they have all the ice buildup come in from the water, you can climb up on there, which is dangerous, but YOLO. We do it. It's fun. And another one I like to go to is, it's not Allegheny State Park, it's another state park. Finley Lake? No, not Finley Lake. I don't remember what it's called, but it's just another state park. And they have a beach there. It's really cool. The beach is like, it's not, out in the water you have to wear shoes. You will get beat up. But with our lake, there's only certain places where the beach, you can actually go in the water because it's so disgusting with like blue algae, which is extremely toxic. And there's 100% bodies in that lake. In Chautauqua Lake, there's 100% bodies that they have not found because all the seaweed, they get dragged in by seaweed and then you can't find them. Another thing is I wanted to give up something for the New Year's, and I decided to give up popping coffee. And coffee is going to be a bit harder for me because I love Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons iced coffee and ice caps are my thing. But if they're expensive, pop and like Tim Hortons is expensive. Pop is bad for you, which I still put other bad things in my body, but yeah, just pop. But the thing I found out that I'm only addicted to pop, and I will go through withdrawals. I've gone through withdrawals before when I've stopped pop because I've done a year without pop. And instead I drink clear American water from Walmart. It's not like seltzer, but it's carbonated water. And I found out that I'm only addicted to it mostly because of the carbonation. If I'm drinking clear American water, I'm fine because of the carbonation in them. And it's like 0 calories, 0 everything, which is also really good. And it's like 57 cents per bottle. You have to pay the extra 5-cent bottle deposit, but since I'm in New York State, we can return those at recycling centers and get 5 cents per bottle. You get that 5 cents back and you can get money off of it, which is another way that I make money. Another thing I want to do is get new glasses. I've had these glasses for maybe 5 years. I have got my eyes done since then, but nothing really changed. And I tried out contacts. They hurt my eyes. They dried my eyes out so bad. So, like, I can't do contacts. Plus, I like to get my nails done, like, extremely long, and that doesn't work. Just doesn't work. So, I want to be able to go to Walmart, most likely, because they have, like, a better glasses selection. Go there, get my eyes checked, and then get new glasses. What I really want is those, like, nerdy glasses. I just really want them. I've wanted them for years. It's my inner nostalgic emo coming out. I've always wanted the nerdy glasses. So, like, I'm 21. Why not? I'm an adult now. I can legally smoke in all of New York State. Haha. In the U.S. Which, on that topic, a lot of people are peed off about that across the United States. When I turned 18, the legal age in New York to smoke, about a month after I turned 18 is when they switched it to 21. I survived without it. I was fine. I don't know how it is, but I can smoke and I don't get addicted. I don't know what it is. I've smoked on and off. Last semester, I smoked menthols. I've never done menthols. I mostly did like Swisher Sweets. or like vape pens. But I can't get addicted to it. I mostly only smoked menthols because that semester was bad. Another new thing I want to do is get a new phone. I have the iPhone 5S. I got it from my cousin. There's a story to it, but I should probably not do it because she'll probably get in trouble, and she's part of the military. But I had a Galaxy 8. Friggin' hate Galaxy. I hate it. The camera was horrible. It was always glitching. It always had friggin' viruses. Apple has never done me wrong since I've had Apple. Since I've had an iPhone, iPod, everything. Never had an issue at all with them. So I want to upgrade, and I saw the 11 Pro Max, and I want it. And I saw this thing on the Apple website where if you have an iPhone, when you buy one, like a different one, you can get money off if you trade in your old iPhone. Which mine's in friggin' condition. It has a broken Defender case on it because I drop it a lot. And it has a glass screen protector on it that's breaking, but underneath of it is fine. Like, it's in perfect condition. So I thought about doing that. Oh, tired. It's 12:56 p.m. I woke up at 9 and I went to bed at 3 a.m. Because I was up all night watching The Circle. I watched all the episodes, and they're coming out with new ones tomorrow that they're releasing. And I'm obsessed with The Circle. You guys need to go watch The Circle. Okay. Now, onto the book thing. I want to start reading a book a month. Because I love reading. I love where it takes me mentally. Because I'm so creative. I like to paint the story of it in my head. And right now I'm working on the book by Peter May, who is Scottish, I believe. The Black House. I think I have it behind my laptop, actually. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. So, this is the book right here. Over 300 pages, is 19 chapters. It is when a grisly murder occurs on the Isle of Lewis that bears similarities to a brutal killing on the mainland. In Edinburgh, detective and native islander Finn MacLeod is dispatched to the Outer Hebrides to investigate, embarking at the same time on a voyage into his own troubled past. It is a murder mystery. I chose this book because it's a murder mystery. I like serial killers and everything about serial killers. My favorite serial killer is Richard Ramirez, the Satanic Killer. I love his psychology. The psychology of him, I love it. But I also chose this book because of where it takes place. It'll show you right there. The Isle of Lewis, which I took a DNA test on Ancestry, and a lot of my heritage is around the Isle of Lewis out of Scotland. And it has Gaelic in here and everything. It has a pronunciation table for Gaelic. And somehow I understand it, which works for me. So far, I'm on chapter 3, and it is quite interesting. It really is. I'm going to post probably a whole video just on the January book of the month, which is that one. When I finish it, that just talks all about some things in the book, my rating on the book. And I'm also doing a thing with the Chautauqua Cattaraugus Library System, which they have the 20 for 20. And for 2020, they have a list of things you can mark off for reading wise, and there's 20 of them. And I did number 5, and that is you got the book because it's somewhere you want to like go in the future, which like I'd love to go there. It's part of my heritage. I'd love to go to Scotland. That would be fun. And there's like a book that was published the year you were born, a western, a book that was written by an author around like where you live and stuff. And I think that would just be interesting, because that's like one little nerdy part of me that I really like. Okay. The next one is to be under 200 pounds. Since the antidepressants, the birth control, the hypothyroidism, I've bloated up and I want to go below 200. I don't actually have a lot to go before I hit the 200 mark. I don't have a lot at all, but I'm trying to diet a little bit. Like, I just got my period the other day, so that explains why I was eating everything. I'm also bloated too. My body swells, which I believe is also a symptom of not taking care of hypothyroidism. My body will just swell up randomly. And usually we thought it was because of salt, sodium, like it might be MSGs, I don't know. I don't have a doctor, I don't have health insurance. But also, my boyfriend's on one baby mama is going to be starting at the gym and she wants me to go with her. So I told her, like, yeah, I could go, like, after college, like, after, like, if I don't have to work that day, if I get a job. But I should have a job. I haven't applied at the college, never heard anything. To work in library. To sit there and do nothing and play on my phone. And they won't even hire me for that. Like, frig. But I think it'll be fun to do it. Probably go to Planet Fitness. I liked it there. They're nice. I don't think Tyler works there anymore, which is sad. I like Tyler. He was funny. 2 more. Stick with a job for a year. That is my most difficult thing, because I'll stick with a job for up to a year, even less, before I get sick and tired of that place and want to just quit. And then I do. Usually gets to the point where, have you ever hated a job so much, on your way to work, you're thinking of ways to kill yourself so you don't have to go to work? That's where I get. That's literally how bad it gets. And then I usually just quit my job. I quit my last job. I put my 2 weeks in because where I was working, everything was going to shit once the new year came. 2, I was tired of being treated like shit. I worked with another couple people that I did not get along with whatsoever, and they were trying to do whatever they could to get me fired, which I thought was hilarious. But now they're stuck there in a living hell of a place, and I'm not, which I think is hilarious. And my last one is to get a friggin' job. I've been applying everywhere I possibly could, and I still haven't gotten a call back for anything. I got a call back for one thing, but they're like, yeah, we can't do night shift because, like, we filled that, but can you do mornings? Since, like, I got college. Like, my earliest class starts at 10 a.m. Which I wanted to stick everything with 12. But I had to stick something in there so I could get, so, like, financial aid and everything could work out. So, we just worked with that. So, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I go in at 12. I go in at 10, and then Tuesday, Thursday, I go in at 12. Tuesday, Thursdays are, like, the days I just won't work because I get out at anywhere between like 8 and 8:30 at night, from like 12 to 8:30, because the classes on those days are longer than Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They're a lot longer because like my Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes are like from 10 to like 1, around 1 to 2, which isn't long at all. But for now, that's everything that's on my resolutions list. Oh, also another thing that I started up is I have my planner, and every day I write down all my accomplishments for the day, and it makes me feel like I'm actually doing something with my life and I'm actually being productive. Like, making this video will also be a thing that's on that list, because I was supposed to film this video last week and it didn't happen. I was supposed to do it Saturday or Sunday. Never did it. Still need to call and get insurance. Have been meaning to do that since the 1st of the year, and now it's the 7th and never did it. But I've gotten other things done, and I think other people should write down their accomplishments, even the smallest things every day. Like, maybe brushing your teeth is something. Boom. There you go. It's the little things too. It makes you feel good about yourself. But I'm going to end the video here and go back to watching Dracula on Netflix. Some good shit.